Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're exploring a completely new, incredibly empowering way to build software. And look, if you're watching this, there's a very high chance you've never coded a day in your life, right? You've probably looked at a screen full of glowing green text and just thought, yeah, absolutely not. Well, we're flipping the script today. We are going to dive into play-first programming. It's this fascinating new approach that strips away all the math, the syntax, the boring textbooks, and replaces it with pure, unadulterated play. Your curiosity is literally your only qualification here.
Have you ever felt coding just wasn't for you? I mean, really think about it. For decades, the barrier to entry for making software has been massive. We've all experienced, or at least, imagined, that blank page terror. You open a code editor, a little cursor blinks at you, and you're just expected to know a foreign language to make a single button appear on the screen. There's this deeply ingrained assumption that if you don't have a computer science degree, or if you aren't obsessed with rigid logic, the whole world of software creation is totally closed off to you. But what if the problem wasn't you? What if the problem was just the way we've been told we have to learn it?
So look at the vast difference between the old guard and this new paradigm. With traditional coding, you've got this grueling path. It requires you to study complex syntax for months before you actually get to build anything fun. It comes with that blank page terror we just talked about, and it's heavily focused on production deadlines and serious tools. But then, look at the alternative, play-first programming. This is a total paradigm shift. Instead of studying first, you explore and build first. It's a low-stakes environment where you are actively encouraged to treat software as a toy. You're just playing, experimenting, and letting the AI handle all the heavy lifting of the actual code syntax. Play-first programming is a philosophy for the AI era, where you build first, learn as you go, and treat software as a toy before it's a tool. The crucial takeaway here is that this isn't actually a technical skill at all. It is a philosophy. If you've never coded before, this is your golden ticket. Think about it. You don't read a textbook to learn how to play with a toy, right? You just pick it up and see what it does. In this scenario, the AI is essentially your translator. You bring the human idea, the curiosity, and the AI translates that into computer code instantly. You get to bypass the studying phase entirely. Now, this brilliantly illustrates a really important distinction from our source material. You might have heard the trendy term vibe coding floating around recently. And vibe coding is great. It's all about getting fast results using AI, just pushing a prompt and getting a quick script. But as we see here, vibe coding is just the spark. Play-first programming is the campfire you build around it. While vibe coding might just be chasing a fast, one-off result, the play-first mindset is about sustaining your curiosity. It's not just about getting a result. It's about looking at it and asking, okay, well, what happens next? What if I tweak this? It's an ongoing loop of discovery rather than just a quick transaction.
So who is this actually for? Well, this philosophy builds a welcoming, diverse clubhouse tailored specifically for people who assumed they lacked the background to create software. This isn't just for tech bros in Silicon Valley. It is explicitly for complete beginners. It's a safe haven for people who maybe tried to learn Python or HTML 5 years ago, felt completely overwhelmed, and just quit. It's for artists and designers who want a new medium to express themselves but have zero desire to become software engineers. It's for retirees looking for a fascinating new puzzle, and hobbyists who just love to tinker. Honestly, if you have ever asked the question, what if, you already belong on this list.
Not for deadlines, clients, or production code. I want to say this next part with as much reassurance as possible. This is not for deadlines, it's not for demanding clients, and it is certainly not for mission-critical production code that runs a bank. This environment is entirely for the joy of making things. It completely strips away any performance pressure. If you've never coded before, the fear of doing it wrong or breaking something important is usually what stops you in your tracks. But in play-first programming, there are literally no stakes. If it breaks, who cares? You just ask the AI to fix it, or you just start a new chat. It's your own private sandbox.
Okay, so how do you actually do it? Let's walk through the core method outlined in the source, the play-first loop. It's just 4 steps, and you basically repeat them forever. Step 1, start with curiosity. You just ask, what would happen if? Maybe it's, what would happen if I made a little digital clock that changes colors? Step 2, and this is the absolute magic for non-coders, ask AI to build it. You just describe your idea in plain, everyday English, no jargon whatsoever. Step 3, play with it. The AI gives you a file, you open it, and you watch it. The source actually encourages you to break it on purpose, push its limits. And finally, step 4, change one thing. Make the clock faster, make it weird, just follow whatever surprises you. This loop is incredibly addictive because it runs entirely on your own natural curiosity.
The barrier to entry here is hilariously low. Let's review what you actually need to get started.
Requirement 1, an AI tool. The cost? Completely free. You can use the free tiers of Claude, ChatGPT, DeepSeek. You literally do not need a credit card. Requirement 2, the software to run your code. Also free. If you ask the AI to build a simple web page, which is HTML, it runs instantly in the web browser you are already using right now to watch this explainer. If it's Python, the basic software called IDLE is totally free to download. And requirement 3, curiosity. The cost? Well, you already have it. That's the whole shebang, zero financial investment, zero specialized hardware required.
Driftingstars.html, your first experiment. The source material mentions a specific example to get you started, and I want you to picture what an actual instant 5-minute browser experiment feels like using this method. You go to your free AI and you type, "Write me a single HTML file that shows a dark night sky with little glowing stars that slowly drift across the screen." A few seconds later, the AI spits out a block of text. You copy it, save it on your computer as drifting-stars.html, and double-click it. Boom! Your browser opens, and suddenly you are looking at your own private animated galaxy. It takes less than 5 minutes from the moment the thought enters your head to staring at it on your screen. 0 lines typed. Look at those 3 words, 0 lines typed. Let that really sink in for a second, especially if you have always believed that making software was completely out of your reach. You didn't write a single line of syntax. You didn't memorize what a semicolon does or how to format a digital loop. You successfully created functioning, interactive software using nothing but your own imagination, plain English, and the willingness to play. You went from a complete beginner with 0 coding experience to someone who just built a digital artifact, simply by treating the computer like a collaborative toy. It's a real game changer.
What will your first experiment be? Now that the barriers of syntax, cost, and the fear of failure have been completely removed, what are you going to build? What is that one silly, fun, or kind of weird idea you've always wanted to see on a screen? I highly encourage you to open up a free AI tool today, type in your what-if question, and start your very own play-first loop. The sandbox is open, the tools are free, and there are absolutely no rules except to have fun. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and hey, happy playing!